Hello, what is up, everybody? Hello, Jello. How are you? Hello, everybody else. Anybody else? How's everyone doing today? We are back for the first time in what feels like what feels like a very, very long time in the Rogue Trader universe. We're gonna be doing more Warhammering today. Now, I don't remember what the fuck we were doing because it's been like 1,000 years. I do so believe that we were clearing out long enough that I finished an entire 92-hour playthrough since you promised to meet the Inquisitor. Shut up! Shut up! Hi. What's up, buddy? Now, sometime within the next hour, I don't actually know. Well, let's see. I have a timer up. In roughly a half hour, I will have to get up for a minute. I have some chicken brining in the kitchen, so I will need to drain it in about 32 minutes. So I will have to do that. Let's take a look. What things do we need? So we need to go back to Dargonis, apparently. And then Footfall. And then Footfall. Oh, no, wait. This is literally our ship. Never mind. Never mind. So let's go back, I guess. Let's go back down to the place. Oh, I have a timer. I have an alarm. It'll go off whenever it's ready. Sector Bionica. So yeah, I'll be doing that. It'll be about a half hour. Shouldn't take too long. I just gotta basically pour out the water and then like cover it and then toss it in the fridge. And then we'll be good. All right. Wait, there's loot over here. There be loot over here. Wait, I don't see any loot. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, it's over here. What do we got? All right, cool. A whole bunch of stuff I don't care about. Are you the person that I'm supposed to talk to? What brings you to the Sector Biotic Lure Captain? Just say the word and we'll fix any problem. What do you think of new equipment? It's incredible. Lighting. The instrumentation. The servants of the Altar Templum have awakened every sacred machine and granted us incense mixture still of pain. We'll have fewer deaths from shock. All procedures will be completed in less time. Our work will advance to a new, unprecedented level. This is the best thing that has happened to the Sector Bionica in many decades. You were contented with a janitor, right? That's right. Friends is in the business of coaxing machine spirits. Hello, Ricardo. What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? Do you even remember what you were doing? No, that was like the first thing that I said. I was like, I don't know. It's been too long. But then I checked the quest log. And I was shown that there was a thing down here to do. So this is what we were doing. Well, this is what we are doing, I should say. I don't know if this is what we were doing, but this is what we are doing. He's hurting space cats. I'm also hurting real cats, as you can see. I'm also dealing with a cat that is demanding all of the attention, like he never gets any. Here, let's brush you for a little bit. Yeah, we got Chung. We have the Chung. All right. So not all of this hair is from this particular brushing. I brushed him yesterday, I think. And that's where like about half of this hair came from, but as you can see, there is still like half a cat's worth of hair here. Hi. You like that? You like being brushed? Oh, I don't have a... Ah, crap. I don't have a trash bag in my trash can for my bedroom. That is an issue. I'll have to fix that later. All right, I'll do that when I get the chicken done. So we're to Perez is the business coach, CBSG experience with the business. Yeah, that's what he does. Who makes the final decisions? I'm in charge. I do not mean to belittle the servants of the Adeptus Mechanicus in general, and certainly not Firenze in particular, but they have much to learn about the Officio Medicae when it comes to healing. What does the vivisector do? Primary test to heal the flesh, Lord Captain. I oversee the processes involved in the workings of the body, and in the case of augments, how well they are joined to the flesh. You might say I make sure that the metal is sacred to the Omnissiah, becomes a true extension of the living body. Hello, Taco! How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? All right, so this was not the man we needed to talk to, apparently. It was this guy. I had a 50-50 chance, and I chose wrong. Wait, what? Why did I get another ding as if something just changed? Oh, because we found this, that's why. Hooray! More trophies that I don't really care about that much. I have an augment that cannot be installed on the implementation throne. Scanning. Analysis shows that the sacred machine of the implementation throne lacks the binaric litanies required to handle the highest grade of augmetics. In order to increase its performance, it is necessary to retrieve the litanies stored on the pair device. Blah, 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 blah. What do you think about our new equipment? Registering an unprecedented increase in the functional efficiency of the machine spirits. Rivers of sacred unguents wash over their iron flesh, and the mechanisms sing the praises of the Omnissiah. Bless the decision that led to this miracle of rebirth. You work in tandem with him, right? I deem the results of your scan to be accurate. The vivisector performs the functions of preparing the carrier for installation of the maximum efficiency configuration. All right, what do you do? Does bearing the rank of janitor bestow blessings on the installation, consecration, and maintenance of the augments, thus drawing the feeble bodies of humanity closer to maximum efficiency, pleasing to the Omnissiah? But you don't make the final decisions. The opinion of the vivisector life form carries the most weight. The request for a review of the chain of command has not been granted. Okay, so... Oh, okay, so we need to talk to the Dargonis. We need to go to Dargonis and deal with that. And then, once we are done with that, then we can go to Furibundus. Because I'm sure there's not going to be any more tangents. Right? Literally 0 tangents left in the entire game. It is a straight shot to the end. What even is the end? Definitely not starting an entire DLC from scratch right now. I don't know what you're talking about. I just broke a lot of things. I just like spammed on my keyboard and like 4 extra things happened that I don't really know what the fuck that was. Yeah, you go away. Oh my god, I opened like 2 programs. The fuck. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. Oh, that's right! We were coming here to do the things. And then, okay, so where does this go? This goes all the way down to Furibundus. And then, okay, so we could go to Furibundus. Wait, what? Can we not? Wait, where? Oh, it's this. That's where we go. Okay. And everybody explodes. Receive military gear. Wait, how do we get back? What's the fastest way to get back to Valencias? Oh, yeah. Okay, so we literally just go back to Kranich. Isolate the chamber. All right, we did it. Hooray, nothing happened. What do you mean? What is happening? A feud has broken out between two influential admirals of the Imperial Navy, having already led to armed skirmishes and even outright battles. Calling to attention a favor he once did for House von Valencias, one of the admirals has appealed to the rogue traders colony for support. So plus 2 security. I lose 3... I quite literally don't need profit factor. I also don't need it. Okay, we'll just shelter in the colony. I don't care. So, like, that's actually one thing that I'm not a huge fan of about this game. Is I feel like the colony management is, like, way underwhelming. Like, you basically finish it the instant you get to Chapter 4. Because, like, the vast majority of the top, like, I think 3 out of your 4 colonies, or whatever, however fucking many you have, I can't even remember. But, like, most of them are at 10 complacency by the time you get to Chapter 4. So that you just spam through all of the rest of the projects, and you're just done. Definitely an afterthought and just there for secondary story stuff. Yeah. I can definitely see that. Let me make sure that's... Really? This? And that is on top chat. All right, I do not like top chat. I want all chat. Okay. Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of this. I feel like they definitely should have put more into it. And, like, the fact that they have all of these up here, and I mean, I guess this is if they decide to add more in later DLCs or something. But you get to part 6, the kingdom management is barely an inconvenience. It can be. Or you could be absolutely fucked. Because I remember my first playthrough of Kingmaker, Chapter 6 was an absolute nightmare. Only if you suck at it. That was me. That was me. That was me. I did that. But it also, like, Kingmaker also is incredibly counterintuitive. For anybody who plays a lot of RPGs, right? Because in every RPG, you are trained to do every side quest before you do the next part of the main quest. Every RPG does that. Except for Kingmaker. Kingmaker is the only one that I know of where you are punished for delaying the main quest. Now, there might be others. I just don't know of them. And you are punished because the crises get worse and worse, the DCs get higher and higher, and eventually you just fail. And then once you start failing, all of your kingdom stats start tumbling, the morale of the kingdom starts going down, so you start losing those bonuses, and it's a compounding problem. So if I remember correctly, by the time I got to chapter 6 in my first playthrough of Kingmaker, it was so fucked. Certainly reward you for immediately doing the main quest and then spending 6 months cleaning up side quests. Yes, exactly. Exactly, that's what I mean. And it's the only game that I know of that does that. All right, so anyway, back to this game. Do we have to have this man in here? I kind of want to get Cassia back in. Does Argenta just not have a quest anymore? Does she? Are we just done with her forever? But that makes sense because you are king. You are supposed to solve the kingdom's problems. I mean, that's true. That's true. Like, I'm not saying that it's nonsensical or anything like that. It's not a bad system. It's just counterintuitive for most RPG players. It makes sense for the story. It's just counterintuitive for most RPG players. So, like, the first time you play through the game, you're going to have, most people, I would assume, have a really tough time with the kingdom management. Now, my second playthrough of the game, have their last quest after doing the Inquisitor's test. Okay. I was wondering, because I was like, I have not had anything with either of these two, hence them still being level 24 and level 34, right? And Eogun, I just don't care about. I just don't feel like leveling him up right now. Glory to the rogue trader! Alright, where the fuck am I supposed to go? Who am I talking to? Oh, wait, do you have anything more? I want to see what you got. Okay, you have literally nothing. Get out of my face! You usually have things, right? Are you the person I need to talk to? No, okay. Absolutely absurd. Probably the strongest addition due to his unique buffs and being an officer. Also, I completely understand not wanting to use him for multiple reasons. You want to talk to the computer by your desk. Well, like this room? No, that's not. What room was it? No, Dynasty Throne. That's the... What? Where was that room at? Wasn't it? This is the only one that's open. Been playing Romancing Saga 2. In that game, you could let big main quest problems linger for literal centuries. It's really immersion breaking. Fair enough. Okay. I don't think I've ever... Well, I know I've never been in here because this place was not explored. All right, what do all these say? There's a faint mark on the polished mantelpiece. Likely left by a glass. Burn whoever besmirched my mantelpiece. The leather covers bear the names of the authors, mostly philosophers and theologians from Dargonis. The spines of the books are trimmed with gold. Oh my god. Couch stairs producing rhythmic sounds, among which a faint ringing stands out. The remains of a plaque can be seen on the frame. Alas, the inscription is completely indistinguishable due to the patina. It's not explored since the map updated since you came here due to DLC changing. Okay. Sturdy safe equipped with several bizarre mechanisms. Antique piece of furniture is definitely just a desk. Enter identifier Laria. Falls deep in thought, its cooling system's buzzing tensely. After a few minutes of keeping you waiting, the vid screen blinks and dutifully presents you with the leaves of several journal entries that have not been accessed in centuries. Interesting. New Horizons. The 3 star systems in the Cineris Maleficum that have come into my possession in my journeys shall henceforth be known as the tier of Solar, Ignis Crota, and Fortis Porta. These are new horizons that have never before known humanity's rule, and whose rogue Xenos overlords obliged me greatly by having already eliminated each other. The artifacts they left behind, a legacy of sorts, are priceless. A blade I took off a desiccated Eldari corpse on one of the Fortis Porta worlds carries immense power within it, but it is one among a wealth of relics. That's the entry or astropacket. It says, okay, so I now have, okay. Porta is getting sloppy. He used his Calixus connections to give me utter dregs, whom he tried to pass off as elite troops. But I could only thank him for his lack of judgment. With those with nothing to lose, make the most loyal servants, once they feel but a modicum of their master's good graces. Lowly scum no more, they will be the sword and shield of House von Valancius, in faithful service to me and my descendants. Wait. Is this about Abelard and his family? Is this about the Wisterians? I could definitely see that being a thing. Crimson Dance of Cain. The power contained within this blade is the most mysterious one. Even Exalt 117's keen mind has failed to comprehend it fully. Nor have several Eldari Xenos captured on my orders been able to tell me anything illuminating, save for the weapon's name, the Crimson Dance of Cain. I know Cain to be an all-obliterating embodiment of war itself in their abominable belief system. A fitting name for it. Finish working with the archive. Request the archive. Volume of data stored in the Constituted Bowels is enormous, and its comprehensive analysis would take months of dedicated logists and historiator labor. However, the ancient device's species spirits turns out to be unusually accommodating and informs you that it will readily open any section of the archive if you present the correct identifier of what you are searching for. Okay, so apparently Laria was the correct identifier, and we now have a new spot to go. Alrighty then. Avoid ship bridge, because we're not coming back to Dargonis for a minute. Hopefully. Hopefully. So is this the newest DLC, or is this a different one? I would assume that this is an older DLC. Well, I don't know, because they got the same like signal, like the same sigil. Sigil! That's the word I was looking for. This is the new, okay. Okie dokie. Now, where the hell am I going? The hot spot? The hot trio? The tier of Solar. The tier of Solar. Where the hell is that supposed to be? Oh, is that one of the ones that's way up here? Ah, it is one of the ones that's way up here. Okay. Wait, wasn't I told to go here by somebody? Didn't one of y'all tell me to come up here already? Wait, what? This segment is the chapter 2 stuff, so you'll be a bit over level for it. Which is start up the chapter 4 stuff soon after that. Gotcha. Oh my god. Who dis? New rogue trader, who dis? Unnatural silence reigns in your chambers. The dust motes hang frozen in the air before you. The candle flames cease to flicker. And the two enforcers who came to check your quarters stand still as statues, all in stark contrast to the other silhouette, one that is utterly unlike anything else in the room. A massive, inhuman figure, forged entirely from dark metal, stands towering in the middle of your chambers. Despite your arrival, no level scaling in this game? Guess not. Despite your arrival, the uninvited guest's attention seems to have been entirely captured by the trophies on the walls of your study.
Interesting. Quite interesting. The only
Same.
item of note in
Honestly.
this worthless heap. But what is the genesis? The originating cause? A definitive answer would require more thorough research. But the testimony of even a primitive creature will serve. You. Where on the ship did this object come from? What do you know of its provenance?
The hell are you?
Human, I am addressing you in a language you ought to understand. Answer my question.
What are you doing on my ship?
Spoken plainly enough for you to understand the essence of my question. Perhaps I should speak more slowly.
Perhaps you should fuck off!
This is testament to how the ancient enemies of my kind were defeated at the hands of your primitive people. Do you know how this object came to be here and why it occupies a place of such honor?
It's a testament to how the ancient enemies of my kind were defeated at the hands of your primitive people. You know how this object came to be here and why it occupies such a place of honor. I don't belong to my predecessor. She's dead.
Transience of life forms like yours leads the precious knowledge being carried off into the abyss of history yet again. I can see this is a dead end for further research. Since you have proven useless for my inquiries, I am ending this pointless conversation. Farewell, human.
A moment later, the strange atmosphere in your chambers dissipates, and your frozen enforcers stir into motion once more. Exchanging bewildered looks, the pair hastily make the sign of the Aquila and haltingly mumble words of greeting, clearly ignorant of what has just transpired in these quarters. I'm also ignorant of what just transpired in these quarters. What the fuck do you mean? I'm pretty sure that was a Necron. Why was there a Necron in my fucking bedroom? And why didn't I have... I guess I did have an option to attack him. But I was curious. Because you can't stop him, that's why. Well, fuck this guy. I'll shoot him in the face. See how lofty he gets whenever he gets shot in the fucking nose. Lord Captain, our augurs detected a faint emergency signal. The source was traced to a crashed Valkyrie. Its Vox systems are still transmitting the message, transferring the signal now. Stream of hissing crackles out of the Voxcaster. From time to time, an exhausted male voice breaks through the interference, reciting a series of codes. Trying to amplify the signal. Heck, you succeeded. A prayer for the dying machine spirits grants them the fortitude for one final act, and the voice becomes clear. Marov, Penal Legion, the one who requisitioned us, Siberian von Valancius is dead. We have no means to not found in orbit. We have been abandoned. God Emperor, have mercy. Claim it before the war. It's just... Marov Penal Legion, desperate thugs rounded up from the prisons of the hive world of Marov and Calixus, and commanded by brutal officer wardens. You've heard tales of these regiments. They were requisitioned by Siberian, a crucial detail. It is another trace of your ancestor. This code seemed very familiar. Although the codes being transmitted are centuries out of date, you are able to make sense of them. An Astra Militarum regiment is requesting assistance and reporting that retreat from their present position is possible. Fetch the squad. The reconnaissance squad soon reports that they have located the crash shuttle with a barely recognizable Astra Militarum insignia on the hull. After breaching the hull with las cutters, the reconnaissance force discovers the skeleton of the lone pilot. Judging by his injuries, he died long before the crash. The extracted Vox recording is delivered aboard your flagship, where your servants managed to restore it. In it, the Private Ruben Petrovich reports that the 32nd Regiment of the Murov Penal Legion, requisitioned by Siberian, was left without a ship and supplies. Hello, Philemon. How are you today? On Glory Hole 8977-717. After the road trader's death, the message ends with the phrase, atonement for the one. Baffled by the presence of an Astra Militarum Penal Legionnaire on an ancient shuttle, your squad returns to the flagship. One thing is now clear, however. The world where Siberian drew his final breath is close at hand. Okay. Well, there's another question mark. Time to figure out what the fuck is happening here. Wait, how are we damaged? What happened? What happened to my ship? Lord Captain, we've compared our augur readings to the data from the Dargonis Cogitator. The world is Glory Hole 89-717, mentioned in the diary of Siberian von Valancius. In the archives, the world is flagged as of no further value. What manner of classification is that, so long as the planet retains an atmosphere, and at least a scrap of resources? Such a write-off is a crime against the dynasty. Why, this is the very place that the unfortunate soul in the shuttle was trying to save. I fear that we will find nothing but a graveyard like that on the surface. Yawns. We have detected strange signals on the surface. Your lordship, requesting permission to conduct a targeted augur scan. Do it. Do the thing. Lord Captain, there are signs of human activity. The planet is inhabited. Large concentrations of people detected. Human-made structures, too, albeit crude ones. I rescind my words, your lordship. The world has just risen in value and gained some interesting prospects. Prepare the shuttle for landing. By the time you reach the hangar, the shuttle has already been properly readied. A young pilot offers you a respectful bow and makes a sign of the Aquila in greeting. You proceed into the stifling passenger compartment that smells of secret unguents and leather. The flight down to the planet proceeds as normal. The changes... I was not expecting that. This changes when the pilot announces atmospheric entry. Back to... Everything's happening all at once! Can I speak now? This changes when the pilot announces atmospheric entry, beckoning your gaze towards the viewports. The shuttle glides through colossal roots and vines, which swathe the planet in a vast quivering mantle. Spellbound, you watch the movement within the growths before the pilot reports, losing Vox contact with the flagship. And then a heavy blow strikes the hull. And with that, I need to go drain the chicken that I have brining. I will be back in just a second. I'm going to send you all over to the break screen so you can listen to some music while I'm gone. All right, I'm back. I am back. Huh. All right, I have chicken. It is currently drying in my fridge. Hooray! All right. What the hell are we doing? Oh yeah, we just crash landed. Attempting an emergency landing. Hold fast, your lordship. God Emperor, have mercy upon us. Oh God, everything. Yeah. Oh Jesus. All right. Well, we keep these people. I don't want to deal with weaklings. Terry, don't do it. I will. I will. If he won't. If Terry won't, I'll do it. Hello? Like it. Welcome back. Your skull feels like it is about to split under the pressure. A heartbeat later, the agony ebbs, leaving behind only a haunting hum. It smothers your mind, stifling all reason and hindering your ability to think. Your gaze falls on the young pilot, who survived the crash and stumbled out of the wrecked shuttle after you. A wave of sickening fury suddenly swells within you. He is the one who lost control of the vessel! Willpower test succeeded. Thank God. By willpower alone, you pull yourself together. The fury fades, sinking into the depths of your mind, leaving a lingering terror, an urge to flee, and the knowledge that such escape is impossible. Did you have a chance to see what attacked us? Movement on the port side, that's the last thing I saw, Lord Captain. Something massive, like a tree trunk. It was either thrown at the shuttle or it attacked us itself, your lordship. For the shuttle, can it be repaired? I'm afraid not, Lord Captain. This ship requires recovery and the application of Adeptus Mechanicus repair sacraments, and those can only be done aboard the flagship. We need an evacuation. Contact the flagship now. The rage on the pilot's face gives way to a look of panic as he realizes how he has just behaved in the presence of the rogue trader. With a trembling hand, he reaches for the Vox document at his head. Wait, what? Oh, okay. After a moment, the man looks at you with hollow eyes. Lord Captain, all channels are nothing but static. I don't understand why. Everything is functioning perfectly. It's as if something is jamming the frequency. We cannot contact the flagship. According to the charts, there's a settlement nearby. Perhaps the locals have a more powerful Vox unit? Does anyone feel anything odd, as if something is pressing on your mind? The sound seems barely audible, but also so loud that it drowns out even my whispers. I wonder how long we can endure this cacophony before we start slaughtering one another. Ah, a strange haze has enveloped me, and even the Undying One's whispers are hard to make out. In this land, I must rely solely upon your guidance, Domin. Such a tormenting sensation. Something is conjuring painful, angry hues within me, as if splashing crimson and black across my canvas, and ruining it. Is this how those I influence feel? As he looks more surprised than angered. Thought it was a result of the impact, like a hum or some kind of high-pitched screeching. The struggle to think straight, to keep from losing it. My apologies, your lordship. Its face is sweating and shaking with tension. I'm heading to the settlement. Perhaps the Vox signal will break through the flagship from there. With your permission, Lord Captain, I'll remain here in case the Vox starts working or an evacuation team arrives from the flagship. What are you caught on? There we go. Aye. Ah. Okay. Well, this is going to get really awkward really quickly because...
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Give me that stiffs. The buzz of these plants look menacing. What? Oh, so what is going on now? I'm still at work, so I'm only half paying attention. We just crash landed on a planet after having a tree thrown at us, I guess. And so now we're dealing with that, which is, you know, Oh, you're such a dick.
Let the faith
Why did I not
guide
foresee
my
this?
path.
What do you mean? How do they throw a tree at space? So we were landing on the planet, and then somebody threw a tree at us while we were landing on the planet. Hi. I'm upset. All right, but I need you to get. What the fuck is happening?
Know your duty.
What do you mean I have broken ribs?
I'm not so sure. No can do.
Okay. So wait, what do these do exactly? Removes one trauma. Okay.
With you at my side, victory is within our grasp.
I was about to say, you have just like normal med kits.
There is life in you yet. Use it wisely. I will mend the thread between body and soul.
What does this do? Oh. Wait, what the hell is that? Okay. So I am going to have to be... Okay, so we have... I require more med kits. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fuck. All right, and then you... The gladiator, no, what was it? It was this, I can't remember what the hell they were called. Skin, oh, right here. All right, so what do we miss? What do we have? So you have strength, toughness, and fellowship are all down. What is causing your fellowship to go down? Oh, that's right. It's just like another thing, right? The drover's cry. Oh, that's what that does. Hi again. You literally just jumped down and you come back. I see how it is. Okay, so she just lost some agility. And movement points are reduced by half. That's actually fine. Her agility is literally not an issue. Intelligence and willpower are down. And then you also have a drop in your agility. I think that's fine. I think I could actually get away with all of these. Maybe not this one. Maybe not the broken ribs. What were you about to do? Okay, so she just got rid of her ribs being broken. Okay, good. Yeah, we don't give a damn about weapon skill or ballistic skill. Neither of those matter. All right. Those...
Follow this.
What the fuck? why I did that to you.
There is life
I didn't
in
do
you
that to
yet.
him.
Use it wisely.
I am so upset that this is how this whole place started. Alright, well. You still have all. Okay. F2. Intelligence and willpower. Okay, so I do want to get rid of those
Sometimes you
because
consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
I'm so upset. I'm so upset. The ancient buildings show signs of recent repairs. Oh my god. Endless gargantuan roots sprawl all the way to the horizon. Something moves deep within them, or could it be the plants themselves? Oh my god. What's this? Why are we saving? I see. Why is that just called a mace? Hello? I don't like that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at this and I'm like, look at how close all these guys are to one another. Oh my god, her chain lightning is going to absolutely slaughter everybody. That's literally what I'm thinking of right now. Okay, so we want 7. And we want to make damn sure that Adira is in it. That's Cabela and Terry. Okay.
Don't get too cocky.
All right. What is this? Strategic adaptation. Ah, yeah. Okay.
On it. But of course.
Wait, wait, hold the fuck up. What just happened? Why didn't we get... What is rebound? Well, I mean... Might as well, right?
Stand against me.
Aye? What do you mean that... Wait, what the fuck just happened? I just lost her turn? Are you serious? Not only did it fucking stop my fucking chain lightning, it ended her extra turn when she still had shit to do. Dude, I'm mad. I'm like actually mad. That fucking sucks. fuck you. Don't do that shit again. Assholes. Y'all showing up actually made that fight last longer. Seeming to appear out of thin air, people approach you with caution. Every one of them is scarred and wearing some kind of uniform, and you notice that a few have crude prostheses made of bone and wood. Their eyes are fixed upon you, noting your every move. A stocky blonde man steps forward, clad in a semblance of Astra Militarum armor made of tree bark. His bird-scarred face is frozen in an expression of surprise and slight bewilderment. Never thought I'd have to say this, but state your rank, occupation, and reason for visiting this regiment's deployment. Last words sound rehearsed and unfamiliar, as if he's using them for the very first time. Yet upon hearing them, the people around you grip their weapons tighter, and the blonde man grows noticeably more confident. Abelard, present me. The seneschal clears his throat and adjusts his uniform. You are in the presence of his lordship, rogue traitor Terry von Valancius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Coronis Expanse, the only one left at this point, actually, and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade. The moment your name is spoken, a change ripples through the crowd. Some are struck with awe, while others turn white as ghosts. The man in front of you makes a sign of the Aquila. Sergeant Janur Batoshki. Batoshki. Who wrote this? Fire that man. Those letters should not be there in that order. What is this nonsense? Batoshki? Third supply platoon, 32nd Polish people. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I was about to make a really gnarly joke. I'm not going to do that. Third Supply Platoon, 32nd Barov Regiment. We are pleased to welcome you to Zarkov, your lordship. The nurse stumbles slightly over these words, as if recalling their sound as he goes. Something brought my shuttle down. I need assistance. I'm no help to you there. You need to head to the cage. It's our camp and the biggest outpost on Zarkov. Our capital, I suppose, or whatever it is you call large settlements. We'll go ahead and report your arrival. Just follow the trail. You can't miss it. You need to meet with the colonel. About turn! To the regiment's quarters. March! Motherfucker, I ain't done here yet. I like started shit. I like how I can destroy literally every other fucking plant, but I can't destroy the one that's blocking my path backwards. Was not expecting a fucking musical number. What the hell? You are surrounded by dozens of people. Okay, wait. I need to talk. I was not expecting a fucking musical number. What the hell? I'm just kind of stunned. I'm not gonna lie. I do like how walking forward those 3 feet got me 240 experience. That's really nice. Who just texted? Okay. Okay. I actually kind of liked the song. I wish there was a way I could have, like, increased the volume for it. Hi. You want to be a shoulder cat again for a bit? That's fine. We're going to get into a dialogue here. You are surrounded by dozens of people dressed in what only vaguely resembles Astra Militarum uniform. Homespun cloth is overlaid with wooden plates, mimicking Imperial flak armor. These clothes are adorned with numerous trophies, pelt, bones, bark, and remnants of giant plants. The savages flaunt their scars and stumps, yet many are fitted with primitive prosthetics. From time to time, someone in the group bares their teeth like a beast, while others nervously grip their weapons. Colonel Batashki. It's this extra S. This S right here, fuck this S. If it was just Batashki, that'd be one thing, but it's Batashki. Like, you have to stop. I actually don't know how you say his name without just stopping midway through. Batashki. I guess Batashki. Ugh. I don't like it. I don't like that name. Sorry for anybody that has that name or something similar, but that just does not feel good to say. Permission to report? Janner steps forward and gives a salute to the huge man, who looks at you sternly. The 3rd Supply Platoon deployed on a mission and found survivors from the downed flying machine. The leader of the group identified himself as rogue trader Von Valancius. Indeed, I am Terry Von Valancius. Colonel Batashki scowls at you. His bright green eyes are bloodshot and a low growl escapes through his teeth. I am Colonel Izdrig Batashki, 32nd Marov Penal Regiment. I welcome you to the cage, heir of Siberian. Vedka Dunowski. Alright, at least I can say her name normally. The woman standing beside him bows, her single eye fixed on you. Her voice rings out, piercing the heavy buzz of the crowd. Have you come to renew our oath, your lordship? Captain Quartermaster Donowski. Batashki snaps his head toward her, and for a moment you imagine you hear the gnashing of fangs, as if a wild beast disciplines a member of its pack. The woman snaps to attention and salutes. Take a closer look at the crowd. You notice some among the guardsmen cringing in pain, as if from a headache or twitching. These people look deranged, ready to snap into violence or dance in delirious joy at any moment. Hi. Their colors smeared, ruined, as if someone has defiled a painting, dragging a brush dipped in crimson brown across the still wet canvas. Their brains have been thoroughly scrambled here. They look like they might start howling with rage. God damn, claws! Something is wrong here. Your people, are they sick, Colonel? The Colonel grimaces and sweeps a furious gaze over his people. Under his glare, they flinch, straighten their backs, and nod. No, not sick. Not really. We're hanging in there. We can't be broken. It's the drover, your lordship. Its cry is inaudible, but is like a weight pressing down on your mind. It causes pain, nightmares, and drives you mad. Anger, fear, anything is possible. If you give in, you lose control of yourself. Not long ago, one of us snapped and knifed a recruit just because he dropped his rations. What oaths do you mean? The 32nd Marav Penal Regiment was requisitioned centuries ago by rogue trader Siberian von Valancius during an expedition to Glory Hole 89717, which is now called Zarkov. The Lord Captain was lost in the routes. His retinue brought the final order, boarded the ship, and did not return. We have waited here ever since. We have waited for you, your lordship. Batajski's intense gaze presses against your chest with almost physical force. The first goal up. Our predecessor swore an oath of loyalty to your ancestor, heir of Siberian. We intend to fulfill it one way or another. Never heard of such a thing. Terrain must be something from these Ashmags' homeworld. Something brought down my shuttle. Some sort of huge overgrown vine. That was the drover. That vile thing has the whole cage under siege. Where did it come from and what is it? What does it look like? A vicious, colossal monster stretches its tendrils everywhere, trying to devour us. It's been this way for as long as I can remember. Batashski's cheeks flush crimson, and he falls silent for a moment, waiting for the surge of rage to pass. When he speaks again, his voice is almost calm. We are simple people. We need to know how to survive an encounter with the drover, not to understand where it came from. Oh, this is fun. To hold the line until the arrival of the dynastic fleet. As you can see, we have succeeded. Your regiment served Siberian. Tell me, what kind of man was he? The greatest, Danowski declares, in a voice filled with the most profound conviction. We served your hallowed ancestor several centuries ago, Lord Heir. We honor him for his deeds, but no one living knows him as a person. I mean, yeah, duh. Actually, I came here following the trail of my ancestor, Siberian von Valancius. Latashski tilts his head like a beast before a pounce, yet his voice is surprisingly low and calm. Down below, beneath the outpost, lies his tomb. We don't go there. We don't want to disturb the memory of your ancestor. If you desire to visit the rogue trader, you are more than welcome. But the drover has entrenched itself right beside it, which means going there is certain death. I need to return to my flagship. Do you have a Vox station? The handbook says Vox stations, as you call them, are for inter-regimental communication. My grandfather said he saw the casing of the last one on this world, but the roots swallowed it long ago, so we have no Vox station here. My personal comm beat isn't working either. Normally the flagship can reach me, but now there's some sort of interference. Our elders told us that back when we still had communications, the channels would go dead whenever drovers were near. What was it they said? It puts the machine spirits to sleep? That's it. That means my goal is right under the nose of this drover. While it is alive, I'll be stuck here with no communications? Quite right, heir of Siberian. Quite right. Colonel thoughtfully grinds his teeth while staring at you. Why don't you drive the creature away from your settlement? Because we aren't fools eager for an early grave. And we aren't the brother generals who drive their men to the slaughter. We endure, we survive, just as we have for centuries. Fine, I will do it. That'd be a deed worthy of the true heir of Siberian von Valancius. Did y'all hear that? Von Valancius is with us now. He will slay the drover, endure the trial match with the colonel, and accept our oath. The final order shall be fulfilled just as was promised. What? What is this trial match? Regimental tradition, your lordship. To take command, one must be the best the existing commander in combat. And that man is Isdrig. Fine, whatever you say. Take the lift out, it'll put you right outside that thorny bastard's lair. The colonel exhales heavily, the air hissing from his lungs. His green eyes, clouded by a veil of rage, rake over your face before suddenly softening. If you want to throw your life away for nothing, I won't stop you. You can leave now. But if you have enough humility to take advice from a local, I'll be waiting for you at my quarters. Welcome to Zarkov. Welcome to the cage. Please, your lordship, I would ask for a private audience. The welcoming ceremony is over. Regiment dismissed. Following Batashki's command, the soldiers seemed to vanish into thin air, yet the wary eyes continue to track your every move. Okay.
No one has heard mention of the Merov Penal Legion in over 100 years. Even the oldest books in the Von Valancius library consider them a legend forgotten by history.
These crew dwellings resemble the shanties on the lower decks of the ship.
I usually love legends, but in my experience, they always have depressing endings for some reason. It would be stupid to expect anything different here.
A makeshift workbench designed for both handcrafting stubber rounds and carpentry. Your lordship, God Emperor preserve me. You've honored us with your visit. Junior Drill Sergeant Dan Kosh. I am ready to assist you, your lordship. Alright, he stops. Look closely at the training soldiers. They are all fit and strong, which is not surprising. Young and old, male and female, every one of them looks like they stepped straight out of an Astra military propaganda poster. Their movements and stances look peculiar. Then you realize there's simply no flat terrain anywhere on the planet. Even the massive roots are covered in lumpy bark. The Moravians' odd gait and slightly stooped posture are products of their constant effort to maintain their balance. No spare target? Well, you wish to join us, but of course, Sir Lord Captain. You do us a great honor. You lot, clear out. Make room for his lordship. Encouraged by your attention, Dan Kosh launches into a thorough explanation of shooting in Zarkovian conditions. It is striking how much aptitude for instruction this near-feral fighter from a Forsaken world displays. As you put 5 shots exactly on target in a row, the surrounding Moravians erupt in cheers of approval. We call it the snap strike, your Lord Captain. It's not about shooting or stabbing where the target is, but where it's going to be. Carry on with your drills. I'll leave you to it. It is an honor to meet with you personally, Lord Captain. When you leave the shooting range, your departure is accompanied by respectful nods, shouts, and even friendly pats on the shoulder. Seems you have won over some of the Moravians. Oh, hell yeah. I didn't realize that's what I was trying to do, but hell yeah. Gunfire here is done in single shots only. Every bullet is precious. Fair enough. Vedka Dunowski. The captain quartermaster tears her gaze away from the slab of fibrous meat before her. A black stone glints in her ruined eye socket. It is good to see you, your lordship. By your leave, I would like to discuss the regiment's oaths with you. Found a shuttle on one of the neighboring worlds that contained a recorded message from a Moravian regiment. She reverently makes the sign of the Aquila with her prosthetic. This sight leaves quite an impression. God Emperor, after so many centuries, Ruben Proshevach, 32nd Regiment's greatest hero, whom we remember as the Departed. He boarded the shuttle the first call-up had discovered and went to the stars with a plea for help. He knew he would die out there in the void. He only hoped that our plea would be heard. As I approached the camp, I heard a song. You mean the Hymn of the Lost, Lord Captain? By it we live, and by it we die. If you want to learn anything about it, just ask. I know it by heart. Its lyrics are not exactly cheerful. It reminds us that our survival is built upon the bones of the call-ups that came before, and that upon our own bones will our children grow. It speaks of our duty and of atonement. What is this tomb that it refers to? Deep within the roots are Xenos ruins. We do not venture there as a rule. It is a cursed place, a place of death. Betka's hand reflexively moves toward her missing eye, then she pulls it back. Oh, so you tried to, and you fucked it up. A lot of names within it. Thus we honor our heroes. With each call-up, the song grows, line by line, name by name. It began with Sergeant Zarkov, the first commander to rise from the ranks of the common penal conscripts. We named this world in his honor. The greatest honor is to be enshrined in the lines of the hymn after death. Interesting. My thanks. What do you know about your homeworld? Marav is a world that has nothing but metal and throngs of people. Every one of them lives, serves, and dies in the name of God Emperor. Our stories say that the brother generals have turned their backs on his light, and now they do whatever they please to regiments like ours. I think some of those stories are exaggerated to strike fear into recruits. If we could serve the God Emperor among the stars, why concern ourselves with some brother generals? There's a connection between your regiment and my dynasty. Your illustrious ancestor, Siberian von Valancius, saved us from the terrible fate of obscurity and took the first call up into his own service. He gave us good uniforms and weapons. And then there were the von Valancius gifts, stories passed down from our ancestors, tell of how the rogue trader removed these gifts from his own body and offered them to soldiers who had proven themselves better than all the rest. These boons made them even stronger. Did you say you removed from his own body? Fuck. Augmetics, your lordship. In our songs, it is said your ancestor possessed so many gifts that he could share them with others. I don't know if this is true, but the rogue trader supplied the entire regiment with prosthetics is certain. We continue his work as best we can. Alright, what the fuck is going on with this planet? It is a world of terrors. Every living thing is trying to kill you, and if it doesn't succeed, it will certainly try again. The best thing we have here is our people. Zarkov has tempered us, prepared us for atonement and our oath, whereas the final order of your exalted ancestor gave us purpose. Polish people? Names. Names like Dunowski and... Give me a second to scroll back far enough to find it. Never mind, Never mind, it ain't working. That'll be all, Captain Quartermaster. What does he want to discuss? Yeah, this one! Batashski. Fuck that name. That name is... That is a garbage name. The last, like, 5 letters should not exist in that order. Our oath of loyalty, your lordship. When you return victorious from the Drover's lair, Isdraig is going to challenge you. I wanted to warn you, Colonel Batashski will fight bitterly, and you should prepare well. I once saw him drench himself in promethium and set himself on fire before fighting 3 of the Drover's shoots unarmed. He's a fearsome enemy. That looks Russian to me? I have no idea. I don't know. It's Eastern European. Why shouldn't I simply execute him? That's rude. Why would he want to fight me? You said yourself everything has already been decided. And why do we praise the God Emperor even when all seems lost? Why do we struggle to survive even when we should simply surely perish? Because we have no choice but to fight against the inevitable. Isdrig will battle for the regiment, even against the Emperor's angels. As the handbook states, the only thing a guardsman should fear is the failure to do their duty. Can somebody else do that? That is against the handbook, your lordship. It states one must never conspire against a commanding officer. Your words are a trial I will pass with honor by rejecting them. How do you suggest I should prepare myself? Walk around the cage, listen to the people, work to understand us, and then you'll know what to do in the trial match. I have faith in you, your lordship. Provide the commander with comprehensive intelligence appropriate to the situation. So states the handbook. Many people here support Batashski. Yes, your lordship. Your arrival is bound to bring change, and few people are fond of change. Some believe that rejoining the Imperium will lead to trouble because of the regiment's history. There are others, like myself, of course, who have no fear of meeting his servants, and we look forward to the day when we can return to serving humanity. These disagreements have never been anything more than a reason to chew the fat on patrol. But now, regardless, all of us will swear the oath. You can be sure of that. If anyone refuses, we'll grant them final atonement ourselves. That will be all. Hey, you farewell. Why do the trees sound like dinosaurs? Ancient non-functional augmentations have clearly become objects of reference. Oh, hi. Truly, the God Emperor has revealed a miracle to me. The heir of Siberian has opened the container. A sheet of paper covered in tiny handwriting. I, Siberian von Valancius, the God Emperor's anointed one, his instrument in the Coronis expanse, and tamer of all things Xenos. Commit these words to vellum, lest I be lost to the heart of this savage world. The Colonel... Excuse me? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 consonants in a row. There is one vowel in that entire name. What the fuck do you mean? All right, I'm going to actually try to pronounce this. Zbreshish. Chish. Zbreshish. Zbreshish. This is like one of the things that I say when I like trip up my tongue, and I just do that. That is this person's name. Zbreshish. Commander of 32nd Murov Regiment. I order the Penal Regiment to decamp and proceed to Dargonis, to surrender to the authority of the next scion of the dynasty. Together with my heir, they shall venture to the stars, serving as a blade and a shield to my successor. My retinue is to assist the colonel and expend every conceivable effort in the search for my heir. Further instructions shall be left in locations separately, agreed upon with the parties concerned. What else did we get? Weapon Optimizer. Users' attacks gain bonuses based on the type of weapon used. I think the sound you make when naming one of the families from this game. You mean that one? Attacks with bolt or assault projectile weapons gain +0, 5 times the number of Ferrum Sanctum stacks. Over penetration chance. Attacks with las and flavor weapons gain 5 times number of Ferrum Sanctum stacks. Dodge reduction. Attacks with chain and primitive weapons gain 5 times number of Ferrum Sanctum stacks. Parry reduction. That one? Yeah. Attacks with force and power weapons gain +0 number of Ferrum Sanctum stacks. Deflection negation. Ooh. Interesting. All right. Mashed roots again? I feel like that's all you guys ever get because that's all that there is in this world. The structure collects moisture from plants, which later drains into the tank. This is bitter ooze trickling out. The drought, I suppose. Edka. Sergeant Jenner. Chirurgeon Luca. I did not actually talk to Janice. What? Those standing before you look utterly spent. Dark circles ring their eyes, and their movements are jittery and frantic. Every side speaks of people pushed to the very brink. What is there to celebrate? Batashski speaks the truth. They'll take us all and toss us into the grinder as cannon fodder. And what is there for us here? To chew on vine leaves and shake with fear? I'd rather die for the glory of the God Emperor among the stars. A soundless shriek. That wasn't soundless. Lances through everything around you, setting your very eyes vibrating within their sockets. Fury, terror, and revulsion surge upward in a boiling tide from the depths of your consciousness. Full test succeeded. Thank God for Adira. Holy fuck. Let the feelings break against the unyielding rock of your will. A woman with a bone plate over her one eye draws a knife and moves it to plunge into the man standing opposite her. Stand down, both of you. Get a hold of yourselves. No. Cease this madness at once. We cannot afford such a waste of life. Your words strike like a slap. The woman stares at her hands in horror, then casts the knife aside. Forgive me, your lordship. The drover, that vile creature. Thank you for bringing me to my senses. Standard punishment for brawling is no less than 20 lashes for each participant. But under the present circumstances, I believe some leniency may be shown. After we forgive our people, they're simply afraid. What makes to leave, then hesitates. Listen, when you fight the colonel, try to strike him under the left ribs. A local beast got hold of him once, tore a rib clean out. He took that rib back and used it to stab the beast dead. Now he has a weak spot there. Thought it might help you. What makes you think I'm gonna punch the guy? I am a sniper. Hundreds of names are etched upon the memorial, and space remains for thousands yet to come. A crew copy of the Astra Militarum handbook with lines mangled by repeated rewriting. The makeshift hospital is a hive of activity. Here and there, the wounded moan through gritted teeth. A man wearing a chirurgeon's armband and a lieutenant's insignia stands at one bed examining a patient, while a young assistant with the rank of sergeant rushes about. There's nothing we can do here now. I'm sorry, Jovaka, but your chances are slim. Jovaka taught half the regiment how to shoot. He's got God Emperor given talent as an instructor. Sergeant, that is part of our duty. We make a futile attempt to save one doomed man, we will lose him and a dozen other soldiers could have helped. Toughen up. Luca, I understand. Atonement for the one. Go ahead and save some of the others. I'll just manage on my own. I don't want to be a burden. What happened? Drill Sergeant Ondzej Jovaka was struck by one of the drover's maces. We sutured the wounds from the spikes, but he seems to have internal injuries. Given more time, we might find a way to help him. Sergeant Chirurgeon, you will assist. You step back and wipe the sweat from your brow. Wait, you step back and wipe the sweat from your brow with the back of your bloodied hand. The patient's chest rises and falls steadily, and though his life is not yet saved, he has at least some chance of surviving long enough to be operated on fully. Thank you, Jovaka. He's like a father to a lot of us, you know. We owe him, and you. The young sergeant falls into reflection. My gran, you tell me stories about the first call-up. Believe that your ancestor used to say that even the doomed are worth saving, for their debt of gratitude leads to grand deeds. Not our way to waste our efforts on lost causes, but now, thank you once again. The regiment will not forget what you have done. Let's go. All right. What the hell is this? Within the fleshy walls of a plant, you can see the outline of a human body floating in some kind of fluid. The fuck? What do you mean? That's just something that's there. A large collection of crude aquila made from bark, wood, and bone lie before the sergeant. Each varies slightly from the next, however. Some clutch an Astra Militarum sigil in their talons, others have the number 32 carved into their wings, while another group have one head depicted as a mechanical bird skull. Is there something you wanted, your lordship? Okay, cool. I'm glad I could ask about this. I found cocoons made out of leaves and what happened to be, or what appeared to be human corpses. That's right, that's our ceremony. Even a human corpse is a resource, an object of value for us. We inject certain poisons and other extracts into leaf shrouds to produce something good. Nutrient paste, camouflage ointment, glue, lots of things. So the people who serve in the funereal detachments are some of our most respected experts. They're even willing to risk their own hides to return a fallen soldier's body to the regiment. It's our means of survival. Squeezing the last juices from the dead. Cassia inhales sharply and covers her lips with her long fingers as if stifling a surge of nausea. You enjoy making things? Yes, your lordship. I carve things for myself and for the fellows, and sometimes I take commissions. Toys for volunteers, medals for awards, pieces to put on gun stocks. Sometimes I help with prosthetics, but I also do it for the pleasure of the thing. So they're cannibals? They didn't say that they ate them. They said that they used the bodies basically to make other substances, right? I guess they did say nutrient paste. So yeah, I guess they are cannibals. But like, if you're on a world where like that's literally all you have to eat, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I'd like to know more about the drover. The drover is an ancient creature. Maybe there's more than one. Every once in a while, the damn thing comes out and starts shrieking, making us deranged. Who knows why it does it? But what we do know is that it's slowly driving everyone mad. Some people panic, some people get angry. It's different for everyone. Danowski has ear protection, but they're the only pair, so they're no salvation. Will you tell me about your settlement? Of course, you'll be our commander soon enough, so it's only right that you should know. What about Marov? Only from the stories of the old call-ups. People there are nothing but property, and minor mistakes are grounds for imprisonment. Our regiment was once formed from such unfortunate souls. In short, it's a cursed place abandoned by the God Emperor. What about Zarkov? It's our home, your lordship. Everything here is either poisonous, predatory, or fragile. In short, anything that isn't trying to kill you is only pretending to be safe. But you'll get used to it, and then you learn how to use it. Poisonous? You can use it for medicine. Predatory? Means it's edible. Hard to kill? Probably use its skin for armor. Batashki and Dunowski are the senior officers here. They're commanders, not officers. There's a difference. My uncle, I mean the colonel, has been in charge of the regiment for over 10 seasons. You won't find anyone on Zarkov who is more decent or tougher than him. I once saw him covering a retreat for the wounded. The 3 suckers from a mace latched onto him. But he didn't even blink until he got the wounded soldier to the cage. They say the suckers just shriveled up and died later. Captain Quartermaster Danowski is the colonel's right hand. She's in charge of supplies, which makes her my immediate commander. She is a good sort, just a little bit, well, out there. Jenner makes a vague gesture near his head. She believes that, now you've arrived, our lives will change overnight. Everything will get sorted, and we'll head for the stars with you. That we'll get our atonement. Even start eating off real plates. Used to sound like Commissar Claptrap, but now, I don't know. I'd rather stick to my uncle's ways. You disagree with Danowski? I'm with Colonel Batashki on this, your lordship. There's nothing for us out there in the stars. We were born here, and we must die here. The songs say our regiment used to serve as cover for the cleaner regiments, and rot in the mud for them too. Here on Zarkov, at least I know who and what I'm fighting for. So your direct commander is Danowski, but you support Batashki? Atonement for the one is a complicated thing. I do what needs to be done, and I have no complaints about Vedka. Before your arrival, all this was just an excuse to babble. Besides, Isdrig is my uncle. He raised me after my parents died. Turning on him would be as bad as what the brother generals did. That will be all. But I lied. What does your platoon do? Well, officially, we're a supply platoon. That is, we gather the resources that the cage needs to survive. And each of us has to have some special skill, like knowing about poisons, making ammo, recharging power packs for las weapons. We're supply troops, and that means we're the best of the best. How do you manage to manufacture ammunition? Yeah, for real. There are these explosive flowers around here. Their pollen works as a substitute for, what do you call it? Thiacylline. You've got to recite a litany of fury over it, and then mix it with some other things. We carve bullets out of bark and bones, either from your own dead or some huge creature. It's trickier with shell casings, but sometimes you bore a hole through wood, nice and clean. It depends on whether you recited the litany of fervent labor correctly or not. If you get it wrong, the bullets tend to misfire or even explode in the barrel. The casing. You can do something that burns easily but holds its shape. I think I saw some kind of coarse paper around here. That's a great idea, your lordship. The casing will burn on its own, as long as you clean the barrel once in a while. When we have time, we'll do some tests. Maybe the Captain Quartermaster was right. We should find new ways to serve the God Emperor, instead of just clinging to the old ones. What supply troops need to know about poisons? Plenty of poisonous medicines growing around here. But, your lordship, poisons can be used as softening agents, medicine, and all sorts of useful things. If you mix it right, you can even make sleep water. Sometimes we need it bad, especially after a rough few days in the roots. They really think that you need to pray for your manufacturing to go right? I mean, in this world, you kind of do, because if you don't, then, like, there's literal ghosts in the machines, and they will just fucking refuse to do anything. Sleep water? You know, Shireen, a drought that helps one forget one's terrors at night, regardless of the horrors suffered during the day, could have a grand future as an export to other worlds of the Imperium. Is it that hard to recharge a power pack? Well, maybe it's easy for you. You probably have some charging things back where you're from, but we don't have anything like that. We can throw a battery on a fire. There's even a proper name for the ritual, but I can't remember it. The problem is that sometimes the battery just explodes. It's risky, and the rite ruins them eventually anyway, so the ones who know exactly where to put it in the fire and how long to let it burn, they're valuable soldiers. Thank you for telling me this. I must take my leave. End the dialogue. Alright, I've talked to everybody else. Batashki watches you like a predator on the hunt. With a heavy sigh, he pulls himself together and crosses his powerful arms across his chest. Let's get one thing straight, Lord Air. You're here to subvert our ways, take us to the stars. That's been foretold, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. This last statement ends in a deep, guttural growl. Isdraig leans forward, as if ready to pounce, but makes no move to. I heard you saved Drill Sergeant Javaka's life. Isdraig is silent for a while, and then nods slightly. Thank you. Oh then, was there something you wanted to discuss? I could have imagined that batteries explode when thrown into a literal fire. I don't know. Shut up! How dare you? We should know more about the drover. The thing is ancient and huge. My great-grandfather saw it in the roots way back. We've known about it for ages, but this is the first time it got this close. The humming noise, the pain that comes and goes. Is that a result of its cry? Tashki silently claps his hands twice, applauding your quick wit. What should we expect from it? Keeps its weak spot out of sight among the roots, and it's almost impossible to get there, unless you make it angry enough that it comes out. So first, you'll have to deal with its armored chutes. There are different kinds of them, and we've given them different names based on how they act. Barricades, maces, growths, and flowers. Tell me about the maces. Jenner tells me you've seen them already. You'll recognize it at once. It's a long vine with thorns on the end. Charge you up deep. You'll bleed to death before you can blink. The creature can also spit its sucker at you. One slip up and you're a shriveled husk. If you manage to hack it up good, it'll try to dive back into the roots and to regrow elsewhere. But there's a trick to it. Catch it with a burst of fire, and the mace loses its nerve and stays put. Barricades? That doesn't sound very apt. They're not dangerous in themselves, but the drover uses them to block a path. They're thick and dense. Watch yourself when you're smashing them. They're bristling with thorns. Strike it the wrong way, and you're sure to get skewered. You have to hurry. Any cuts in it heal quickly. Isdraig holds out his pawn, displaying a scar from a wound that went right through. Clearly the work of one of these swords. What are the growths? Like a bunch of abscesses they are. They ripen right on the roots, then a swarm of carnivorous midges bursts out. Oh, excuse me. Smash the growth early. Otherwise, more of the bastards will hatch. A web of small bites on the man's shoulders alludes to the size of the insects. Flowers. Sounds harmless enough. Deceptively so, I assume. Batashki smirks, bearing a shin hideously scarred by an acid burn. It spits globs of caustic sap. Anything they hit gets sizzled. It also sprays pollen for some reason. Seems harmless, though, but if you see a flower dissolve into a puddle of acid, don't think it's safe for a second. It's just another trick. Wait a little while, and that flower will be back up again. So the shoots are armored? Drover inserts his growths and maces into old bones and wears them like we wear clothes and armor. But there's a trick to it. Fire makes the drover tremble. That makes the growths either break their armor or shake it off. And no, I didn't get any scars from the armor. So how do I kill the creature? As I said, the drover itself hides in a tangle of roots. It'll only come out if you chop down a whole bunch of its shoots. But here's the thing. No one's ever been able to kill it. Usually it just runs away. But we don't have weapons like yours. Oh, here's fire. Incendiary weapons? Here. Weapons of the first call up. Rare and precious. When your time comes, detonate them before you die. Thank you for the advice. Cost me nothing to get. Huh. So you fought it then? A long time ago, I'd just become colonel. Out it came, not very close, but still close enough to be a problem. It almost gobbled up one of the outposts. My father and I took a squad and went out to attack it. They all perished, and my father took our remaining grenades and leapt into the drover's maw. The beast ate its fill and slunk away. It should have been found. I should have found my atonement there, but I made it out. If I hadn't been exposed to so much of its poison as a child, I would have died there. What is it anyway? Who knows? It's not really a beast, more a weed. Though it shows more wit than your average recruit. In the way it uses bones and how it's always popping up here and there. Even got legends of this thing. Anyway, I can prepare myself for its poisons. We prepare while we're still recruits, but you could try the rod extract, but it'll be really foul. Even if you don't give your soul to the God Emperor, your body might still not. No, that's not worth it. What is this rod extract? We brew it up from those killed by the drover's poison. If you're not so badly poisoned. If you're not so badly poisoned that you die or wish you die, then for a while, all kinds of poisons won't be any more dangerous to you than water. If. I don't think it's worth the risk. A sensible decision. You don't have the kind of conditioning we do. Thank you for sharing your experience, Colonel. We found a shuttle in this system. It contained a recording. Of a distress signal that came from the regiment. First call up, second decade. Our ancestors found a flying machine somewhere. Oh, in the first call up, second decade. They decided they needed to make their presence known. So one soldier got in it and flew off to transmit a distress signal. No one ever heard from him again. His name, Ruben Krakowicz, is written on the memorial wall. If you dislike me so much, then why did you bother helping me? Because you're going out there to kill the drover. If you pull it off, its death will be a gift to the entire regiment. If you die, but my advice helps you wound it first, then at least we'll have a chance to finish it off later. Preston insubordination. Tell me, Colonel, why shouldn't I kill you on the spot? Straight talk, Lord Air. However strong your retinue may be, my soldiers outnumber them, and every one of them will lay down their life if you decide to kill me. I'll definitely take a couple of yours with me before I find my atonement. You likely have more people up in the sky, but as I understand it, they are far beyond your reach. You're assuming a whole fucking lot about yourself, my dude. Need I remind you that you've already been taken out by the, like, remains of an attack that wasn't even meant for you? Because he did actually go down when Adira used Chain Lightning. He died to it. So, yeah, you got a bit of an opinion of yourself, my sir, and it is not warranted. I have questions regarding your world. Colonel, what are these leaf cocoons with the bodies inside? It's atonement for the one, heir of Siberian. After death, our bodies are turned into poisons, medicines, and materials. That's how a person atones for everything they did in life. If you're interested in the details, ask the Captain Quartermaster. She's in charge of distribution. The previous holder of her rank taught her how to tend to the corpses. I'll just hand over command of the regiment since it's been foretold. No, don't be foolish. Traditions are there to be honored and upheld. I'll face you, heir of Siberian, and make no mistake, I'll be fighting for keeps. I want to know more about Zarkov. This is our home, bitter, wild, and deadly, just like us. Ugh. Colonel, I heard a song as I approached the camp. What was it? It was Hymn of the Lost, the song of the old call-ups. Ah! Ow. It holds the answer as to why we're here and what we're meant for. It's how we remember the fallen and warn the living. And as for the tomb, well, it's just a local horror story. You have your own unique dialect here, it seems. Would you care to translate? The sayings, you mean? Atonement for one comes from an old tradition that, if the whole regiment perishes except for one, then all of that person's wrongdoings are forgiven, and eternal and faithful service to the God Emperor awaits them. But atonement takes many forms. Commissar Claptrap means lies. Because our forebears never got any good from those deceitful, tempting spirits. If you want to know the rest, you should ask Vedka. I agree, the environment isn't exactly welcoming. Huge creatures of some kind once inhabited this world, but they all died out. The roots shot up after that. We often find a skull right in the middle of a root, or a vertebrae the size of 3 men. As clear as day, the roots had grown right through them. There are virtually no animals, but every type of plant life imaginable, and all of them try to kill humans. The drover is just another tree, or a flower, but the nastiest of them. There are also some ruins, not made by human hands. We rarely go there. A decent man has no business in such a place. Ask Danowski. When she was up for her promotion to Captain Quartermaster, she led an expedition to those ruins. I see. Let's talk about something else. Tell me about your regiment. What exactly do you want to... Oh my god. If you're cut off from command here, how are ranks appointed? In the first call-up, the rank of colonel was a lifetime post. He granted all the other promotions and demotions unilaterally. Why don't you just order your void ship to nuke the giant tree from orbit? Because we can't contact it right now. Because the tree that we would be nuking is currently blocking our communications to tell the ship to nuke it. So... convenient. Yep. Sounds like a gameplay mechanic to me. The rank passed to his son, then to his grandson, who turned out to be a weakling. The other slit his throat, and the strongest and most cunning of them took the colonel's position. He set the rule that if you want a promotion, you prove your worth. You fight the trial match against the others with the same ambition. It's the same for every rank. If you're aiming to become sergeant, you head into the roots with the other candidates. If you make it back, you've earned the rank. From noble succession to dictatorship by the best killer? Huh? I don't know any of those fancy words. But I know this, the best killer, as you put it, is only on top as long as the troops respect him. Either that, or as long as they're feared. Tell me about the Marov regiment. A lot's been forgotten. It's not like a regiment is mentioned somewhere in the handbook, if you catch my meaning. Drags a hand into his beard, abruptly yanking out a wriggling stalk. That's gross. That is oh god. I'm just picturing him just like plucking out, and it just like looks like a maggot just like squirming around, except it's a maggot that wants you dead. And it's in his beard too, so it's like right next to his neck. Ah! I hate it. When all the plants are tentacles, they'll get into everything. Yeah, but it's like a little just like imagine a little like murderous maggot in your beard. Like that's like the worst place for anything that wants you dead to be, because it's right next to your neck. Ugh, I hate it. That one sentence has me like, ugh, more fucked up than most other things that I've seen in this game. We came from Marov is the kind of place where the brother generals are constantly looking for an excuse to snatch you up and throw you into a penal legion. Read the wrong way or say the wrong thing, welcome to the service. As stories go, there are plenty of these brother generals, more than enough to claim every decent soul. They treated their troops like toy soldiers, wasting their lives for sport instead of the God Emperor's cause. Occasionally, they sent them to the stars, but of course, it was just to serve as shields for other regiments. The first call-up, our ancestors, was made up of just such unfortunate lads who ended up in the brothers' hands. Is your regiment a little small for you to bear that rank? Here in the cage, we don't even have half a company, it's true. Though you haven't seen the whole lot. Some have been cut off by the Drover siege, and others I've stashed away just in case. Still, we have plenty of smaller outposts scattered across the world. Transit points for hunting. Ow, goddamn. Transit points for hunting units and all kinds of other strongholds. So even if we all die here by the God Emperor's will, the rest of the regiment will live. What's your connection to my dynasty? An expedition. The first call-up was requisitioned by Siberian von Valancius. I don't think they complain. Better than serving as human shields for other regiments. Your ancestor was a great man. Our songs still carry the tales of our campaigns at his side. Then we were stranded here. The rogue trader vanished into the roots, leaving us with the final order. Hold this world. And hold it we did. Exceptional loyalty to a final order. Exceptional both in its persistence and its futility. Shut up, Jai! Let's talk about something else. Ashiki only grunts wordlessly by way of reply. You have satisfied my curiosity. And that will be all. Alright, I guess all that's left is to go down to the Drover's lair. Let's do this. You know what? One second. Can I adjust this? We not? Edit. Aha! There we go. Okay. I wanted to change the title to be a little bit more accurate to what we were doing today. Reasons. Play this through me. Shut up! I haven't touched this game in so long. It's just been too damn hot. I mean, like, interesting. Your Lordship, Captain Quartermaster Donowski reporting for duty. I'm here to serve as reinforcement. What is the plan of operation? Turn around and see the Captain Quartermaster catching up to you. What brings you by? According to the handbook, my primary duty as a guardsman is to aid the God Emperor's faithful servants in the struggle against the enemies of humanity. And finished it. I'm in Act 5 right before the final fight. Spoilers! Now I know there's only 5 acts. And you are to be our commander, after all. I feel like this person is going to be a fucking problem if they're down here. Return to your regiment. Your lordship, I cannot. It would be a transgression against the God Emperor if I did not protect you in battle. I know you believe in me, Captain, but who will aid your regiment if I perish here? Who besides you can grant them hope for atonement? Yeah, we'll do this. I know you believe in me, Captain, but who will aid your regiment if I perish here? Who besides you can grant them hope for atonement? Wait, you had every item deleted? What the fuck? That's wild. Multi-class to monk. Dude, that sucks. Donowski bites her lip, her gaze turning distant before regaining that steely look once more. She nods grimly to you. You are right, your lordship. May the God Emperor protect you. That's right, get the hell out of here. You're just gonna be... You will most likely simply be nothing more than a fucking... honestly, a problem. You're gonna be a problem. This rust-eating Valkyrie with the emblem of the 32nd Moravian Regiment is at least several centuries old. Hello? Force couple enemy... Wait. Force couple enemy allows the user to attack the target enemy with a melee weapon if they have one equipped after the pull. Using either of these abilities sets both of them on cooldown. Weapon skill is reduced by 10%? That's wild. I mean, like... Can't I just shoot them from here? Adira. What do you mean no line of sight? So where does this leave us? If I climb down here, where does that leave us?
I will drown you in your own...
Literally right in the middle. Okay. Hell? Why can't I? I can't move anybody. It says get your characters into position, so I'm not ambushed. Well, whatever. Well, that's rude. Also, how the hell did you go before the person who goes first? How the hell did the drover go before the person who's guaranteed to go first every time? Game sucks. Where is... All right, we could do that.
Am I getting paid for this?
Wait, what the hell? Why can I not do any of these?
Me? Never in 1,000 sectors.
What? What is oppressive shriek? What the fuck? Wow! The game's just like, fuck you, you don't get to do what you do. I love that the game recognizes that Officer is that busted, so they're like, fuck you, you don't get shit. You don't get a goddamn thing. There's more than one boss in this DLC that is specifically designed to counter officers. Apparently, this is one of them. All right. That's what I thought, motherfucker. What are all the things that I want to do? I want to do this, right? I want to do this, obviously. Do this.
Will speak louder than words.
I chose considering that the companion from this DLC is an officer. Well, that might actually be a reason for that to be, right? Oh, here, let me change this back. I don't actually want to see that. Wait, what was I getting? Yeah, Assassin's SC to -50 RP. Yeah. Oh, hold on. We will control for Adira. Because fuck you and your bullshit. I mean, I could just focus the... Alright, so we gave everybody everything except for warp speed, because I was not paying attention.
And so shall it be done. Joy. So that is also fine. Get wrecked? You just... Everybody dodged your shit? Wait. Okay, so we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this.
Victory is imminent.
We'll do this. Then we will do this. Armor explodes, deals 1 CC6 direct damage to all creatures in a 3-cell radius. The user's armor and deflection cannot be more than 0 until the end of combat. Ew. Gross. Literally will never use that. Alright, so we do this, right? We do this.
Whisper's your name. I shall not fail.
Get fucking rocked, you stupid plant! Let's go. So what I'm seeing is that we are still far too overpowered.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Chain of Crystals, plus 10 balance to Lore War. Balance bonus. It's a demon or a psyker for the first time in combat. The target suffers -9. What? Big man gloating over attempted. Shut up! Lower warp over 10. Oh. Oh. Alright, so if we swap to this, that's still actually not that great. Eh. How do we get over there? Alright, what do we got? Tattered journal. This primitive journal is assembled from processed leaves and is covered in text scrawled in an uneven hand. During a quick perusal, you notice several entries without dates. Vedka says I'm a psyker, a cursed one, like in old legends. When I learned the truth, I wanted to end it all on one last mission, but Vedka said that the God Emperor has a different design for me. The handbook says that psychers can reach out to other worlds. I must try. Atonement for the one, for me. I am trying. The God Emperor is my witness. I am trying. I draw the symbols I see in my dreams. I scream without words, but there's only silence in return. I thought it would be simple and easy. You call out, someone calls back. But I've waited 20 nights by the campfire now, and nothing. Becca comes by sometimes to encourage me. She said next time she would bring something special. The extract worked! I'm not sure what Vedka put in it, but I fell asleep almost instantly, and in my dreams, I heard the call. A scream, a howl, a song, all at once. It answered my pleas. It heard me. All this time, I had been doing it all wrong. There is no atonement, not for any of us. No one will answer us from the stars. What sang in my dreams came at my summons. It is the drover. The creature Isdrig warned us about. It is getting closer, slithered toward me, reaching out with its gross. I should have left when I learned I was a psyker, Vedka. Oh, Vedka, if you read this, damn you. It was you who gave me hope, you who made me scream into the void, you who brought the drover to the cage. Only one thing remains for me now, to try and kill it before it reaches the cage. My final mission. Well, that is unfortunate stuff. Partially decomposed human body has been considerably disfigured, but you can still make out the signs of mutation on the rotting face. The symbols on the ground hold no sorcerer's power. Their creator attempted to invoke both the God Emperor and the forces of the warp, but was ignorant of how to do either. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, what do we got? Nothing!
Step,
What do we got?
I forge my destiny among the stars.
Thicket Slayer. Flame open F2 special. I don't know. I don't know how this works out. Can I please? There we go. The air is suffocatingly thick with the spicy scent of spores. A modest-looking sarcophagus stands before you. At its base rests a desiccated corpse, clad in robes bearing an insignia. Inspect the body. Cluster of flowers has bloomed across the remains of the unfortunate agent of the Golden Throne, having literally drained the last of his life fluids. A miraculously unscathed Vox scribe rests within his inner pocket. Most of the messages cataloged by the Machine Spirit have long since been erased from its memory, save for the last. Acolyte Watcher, Temple Cell. Attention from the locals has been avoided. We lost Acolytes, Keykeeper, Oculus, and Dusk. Bastion Cell has ceased all contact. Void Cell has gone in search of Bastion. A search of the subject's suspected burial site yielded no results. No body was found. It appears it was never buried. No traces of heresy requiring cleansing. We continue to search for traces of Siberian von Valentius and to purge possible new traces of his heresies. The next marker is the Xeno ruins at the coordinates recorded in the Vox scribe's memory. Siberian reportedly surveyed them shortly before his death. Inspect the sarcophagus. Your ancestor's final resting place is so simple it would be an affront to the tastes of any rogue trader. Open. The small plants clinging to the sarcophagus snap with soft, wet squelches as you move a surprisingly light lid. Inside you see nothing but a gaping hollow. Neither your ancestor's body nor his legendary sword lie in the sarcophagus. Leave the fake tomb.
We are bound by the blood of
Wow! Faked out. I can't believe it. So anybody who has fought that boss when you're supposed to? Who has started a new playthrough and fought that boss in chapter 2? How difficult is it? By the way, reminder, that was an unfair fight. I am still playing on unfair. Raise hand. How hard was it? The Moravians surrounding you seem tense. Although you no longer feel any pressure on your head, they seem to still be suffering from the lingering effects of the drover's screech. Izdrig Batoshski fixes you with an expectant look. On Unfair in Chapter 2, it's probably the hardest Chapter 2 boss. Really? I guess that makes sense. There was actually a lot, because I just ignored most of the ads. So I could see that being a problem. Yeah. The drover is dead. We know, heir of Siberian. As soon as it died, we could all breathe a little easier. I discovered a corpse in the depths. Batoshski watches you expectantly like a beast coiled to spring, but the captain quartermaster's eyes widen in terror, her lips slightly mouthing, "Don't." I shall have my people transported to the flagship. I wish to examine it. As you wish, it's no longer any concern of mine. As it turns out, the Inquisition was on Zarkov. I discovered their bodies. You can lose characters pretty quickly, and if you're trying to clear the trash, it can take a while. The NPC companion goes down in a few rounds, but you can heal her. Plants also get free attacks on you if you use Psyker abilities near them. Really? Interesting. What new blight is this? Wait. That word sounds familiar. We have songs about the God Emperor's secret servants, but we would never have been able to recognize them. But why? They're dead. Latoshki cuts her off. What is dead is no longer a threat and can wait. We have more pressing matters. Presume this isn't a ceremonial visit. The time has come to renew our oath. We're going to the square now, and in the presence of the fallen and all of my people, we shall face each other in the trial match. Curious tradition. I trust you are fully aware of what will happen to you and to your entire penal regiment should the rogue trader von Valencia suffer so much as a scratch. I'm ready to hear the name that the Undying One will whisper. Carrie von Valencia, heir to the Siberian and our rightful ruler, has proven himself by slaying the drover. If a seed of doubt still lingers in your hearts, it is time to tear it out by the roots. Watch. Alright, let's settle this cleanly. Colonel's stifled growl makes the surrounding Moravians shudder. Dense ring of people surrounds the platform suspended on chains. No one shouts any encouragement to you or the Colonel. In grim, solemn silence, the Moravians keep their eyes on you and Batoshki. Armed with traditional knives. For centuries, we have awaited this moment, hoping to witness it, and now we are here. We have survived from the first call-up onto our own. Tell us then, your lordship, do you revoke the final order of your most holy ancestor? It is not I, but Sabarian himself who revokes it. Hand Sabarian's recordings over to Vedka. Hear me, guardsmen, written by the hand of Sabarian von Valancius himself. Together with my heir, they shall venture to the stars, serving as a blade and a shield to my successor. Crowd's roar swallows her final words. Colonel, who looks like a predator at any other time, does not bare his teeth or smile in bloodthirsty anticipation, nor does he look at you with hatred. He is entirely focused, his gaze cold and calculating. Atonement for the one, Lord Heir, be it for you or for me. This is the moment to use the Zarkovian combat technique. Colonel moves smoothly, precisely, hiding a potential strike in every move, but you're one step ahead. As he lunges forward, he finds your blade already waiting for him. Toshki circles you, looking for a weakness in your defenses before striking. He remains utterly indifferent to the blood flowing from his wounds. Terry von Valancius, who descended from the stars, stands before us now, fighting for the right to command the 32nd Merov Regiment. Vetka's voice rings out over the crowd. Tell us, your lordship, what use have you for us? All right, we're going to risk it. We're going to risk it for the biscuit. Together we shall go to the stars, defy the terrors of space for the glory of the dynasty. Yeah, I actually made one. Let's go. Hear me, we are part of the von Valancius dynasty. No longer are we nameless guardsmen. We are the shield of the rogue traitor now. Your eyes catch the glint of Patoshki's knife, coated in something greenish. The colonel has used the movement you spent answering Danowski to coat his knife in poison. Dodge. As if dancing, you dodge the slash. Isdrig howls like a maddened beast and unleashes a series of wild, sweeping strikes, exposing himself to an attack. Your counterattack hits Batoshki square in the chest. Any other man would have howled in pain, but the old soldier only lets out a raspy snarl, ignoring the bloody froth on his lips. We will go to the stars, but what will you give us there beyond this world? Terry von Valancius. Vedka's voice cracks. I'm not doing either of the skill checks because I'm just going to fail those. Oh. What the hell did they say atonement for the one meant? I can't remember. There we go. Yay! Yeah. All right. I will give you atonement for the one. The Moravians begin chanting your name. It is soft, the whisper of hunters accustomed to silence, yet it cuts to your core. Oddly, Vedka does not rush to join the collective surge. Isdrig spits blood and snarls. Now you understand why you resisted the drover screams with such ease. The howl of the beast in his mind is far louder. With a roar, he lunges at you, locking you in a crushing embrace. The knife slips from your hands, clattering across the floor. Find the pressure point on the colonel's left ribcage and press down hard. Pain racks Batoshki's body, and for the first time he screams, wildly, furiously, frantically. His grip loosens, and blood gushes from his wounds. The colonel's strength fails him, and he drops heavily to his knee. Whatever force drives him, it still keeps the old beast from falling. But he has no strength left to continue the fight. And yet he rises. He draws himself up to the full height, standing rigidly to attention. Blood streaked and broken, he salutes to you. The trial match is over. I, Isdrig Batoshki, step down as commander of the 32nd Merov Penal Regiment. It's up to you now, your lordship. Colonel's body slumps to the floor. Silence falls over the platform. The trial match is over. It's time for the oath. Your orders, commander. Captain Quartermaster, call for formation. 32nd Murov Regiment to renew your oaths to the Von Valancius dynasty. Fall in. I'm a warrior in defense of his dominion. I am the sword, shield, and hammer of the Imperium. My transgressions shall be atoned for in his service. Before his gaze, I swear to be true to my oath and vow, to hold fast to my courage in the face of all enemies of humanity, and to unflinchingly meet my death. And until Holy Terra calls me home, Terry Von Valancius shall be his voice, until the God Emperor speaks otherwise through the mouth of the Adeptus Ministorum. So many call-ups later, and here it is, the oath, as written in the handbook. Our regiment has found its purpose and returned to duty. All that remains is for you to decide, your lordship. What to do with Zarkov and our regiment. Huh. No, Zarkov is a colony of the Von Valancius Protectorate, and it's time to appoint a governor. But they were promised space, not staying here on Zarkov, so we're not going to do that. I shall need a commander for the Zarkovian troops, and the position of Archmilitant also happens to be open. The newly sworn-in regiment stares at you, awaiting one of the first appointments in centuries. Well then, Danowski, are you ready to go to the stars? I cannot, your lordship. Forgive me, I was wrong. You helped me see that I have no place in the world beyond the stars. I should stay. Someone has to uphold the handbook, after all. Really? It's painful to look at Danowski. She looks lost, staring at nothing with an unfocused gaze. Zarkov is a colony from the... So, okay, what did I fuck up there? Oh, whatever, it's fine. From now on, Zarkov is a colony from the Von Valancius. Newly sworn-in regiment stares at you, waiting for one of... Choose someone who did not wish to leave Zarkov. Such a person would take care of their home better than anyone else, I am sure. It'll be done, Lord Captain. All matters have been settled. Then this audience is over. Vigdis, send a shuttle. I also didn't get another option there. Obviously, there should be some flag to get you an extra option available, but I didn't get it on my playthrough either. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that missed that. Lord Captain, you're alive. An extraction team was already on its way to search for you, transmitting your coordinates to their shuttles. So did what's his balls fucking die? Oh yeah, that. Wait, did he actually die? That fucking idiot. Why are these? Whatever. Lucian falls over dead? Yeah, but like, I didn't even fucking hit him that hard. The dude had a trick rib that I punched. And he died from it. Fucking weakling. Alright. Well, that's one thing done. Danrock. I have more gifts for the 2 people that I haven't fucking maxed out yet. Literally, I need 800. Wait. There we go. What is this? Use willpower for dodge tests instead of agility. Whenever the wearer dodges an enemy attack, they gain +1 psi rating until the end of their next turn stacks. Interesting. Oh. Alright. And then this... Wait, I only need... Wait. How many... Oh, there's a lot of levels left over this. Okay, so we're just gonna select tradable. Alright, we got 2 of them. Not bad. Alright, so we got... That's useless to us. Where's familiars adjacent to them is successfully pass any tests in combat. Gross. Where it kills an enemy with an area attack, the wearer's allies gain 5% critical hit chance until the wearer's next turn. Dude, this on Adira is just so busted. When in cover, the wearer has 100% cover efficiency against area attacks, but never dodges them. Also, they suffer 50% less damage from area attacks. Wearer uses a grenade and it hits it. No. Medium armor. I don't really care about medium armor. Oh, wait. High spinner armor. Hold up. Plus 10% dodge and parry if the wearer is not in cover. Wait, hold up. Can't believe that I still have fucking 4 levels to go with these people. That is wild. I shouldn't have given ship components to the other guys. Oh well. Adira. Hits an ally with an area attack. Wait, what? When the wearer hits an ally with an area attack, the wearer gains +1 stack of zealot. Please, no. I think this is better. Like, 100% better. Alright, and Cabela. If the dead cult assassin has 8 or more stacks of bloodlust, they gain +1 AP and 1 attack per turn. 10% dodge and parry if the wearer is not in cover. Moves to a cell adjacent. Not entirely sure. That's right, she does not wear armor. +10 dodge bonus against human enemies and +10 agility. Can I wear this armor? I can. But I usually do put him in cover of some kind, so that's actually not that good for him. No. No. Oh, yeah. What do we do with you? What is this? +10 bonus to willpower and 50% damage to... Yeah, nope. Wait, though. Okay. I just want to see what this number goes to. We got 85 to 175. This would actually be really good on Heinrichs, wouldn't it? Because he's another psyker, but he's supposed to be like a melee psyker kind of character. Gates plus 5% armor. I'm gonna give this to you. 97% dodge. 142% dodge. Let's go. Plus 12% dodge. Wait, what? What is this scale off of? 3 times psi rating. Ah. Uh, Power level 8, power level 9, Siphon Life. This is a power level 12, though. $15 willpower plus 10 fellowship. Why do we care about fellowship? Wait, was that fellowship? Or was that toughness? Yeah, no, that was fellowship. Why the fuck do I care about fellowship? There's a psyker additional armor equal to the staff's power level. Using Emperor's Wrath. Wait, what does this do? Everyone adjacent to the target cell suffers from 1 to 1 plus psi rating times psyker staff power level damage. Damage dealt by this attack to allies is reduced by that ally's resolve. First Wrath gets better with more resolve, and Sanctified Psyker's base spell grants stacking resolve to everyone. Oh. Did not actually know that. Damn, 20 warp damage. 5 times psi rating, got it. What is your dogmatic rating? 2? So this would give... This would put him up to 6. All attacks of opportunity deal an additional 5 damage. That's kind of garbage. Every second use of a Psyker staff's unique psychic power deals 22 additional damage. First non-extra turn in combat, the wearer gains a number of additional attacks equal to their psi rating. That could be really good. Somewhere uses a minor psychic power. All allies affected by this power gain +1 stack of the third luck. Thick luck effect. Thick luck allows those affected to reroll a failed attack or a dodge or parry attempt and is then removed. Innocent. Each time the wearer uses... So she just gives every single person in the party 4 stacks of this at the beginning of every fight. How did I not see this? How the fuck did I miss this? Wait, which one am I replacing? I'm replacing the injection looking thing. Okay. I don't know why I'm so focused on like boosting up Heinrichs right now. I'm basically done with him forever. But something got like in my fucking head and I was like, I want to do this. Because theory crafting is fun. It is. I do enjoy some theory crafting. +10 to lower warp, but the wielder suffers 20% more. Nope. Nope. Starting very common that wears allies gain deflection equal to the wearer's psi rating. Whenever an ally suffers any damage and loses non-temporary wounds, this effect is removed from that ally. Got it. 4% dodge till the start of the next turn for each enemy affected by their psi power or psychic staff attack. Formed by Psyker, the wearer gains immunity to the horrors of the warp effect. Okay. There's something that I can get that's better here. Probably this, right? Okay. As an enemy with this weapon, veil degradation is reduced by the wielder's psi rating. After that, the wielder gains +1 psi rating for 1 round. Okay, so Incinerator is 28 to 36. I think this might actually be the best weapon that I have right now, right? Please? Okay, we'll go to info. Each critical hit scored by this weapon inflicts 12 levels of warp burn. Ooh, interesting. Sword deals an additional +4 damage, which is psi rating. Most warriors prefer swords. Okay. 28 to 28, 13 to 18, 12 to 15, 14 to 20. Okay, garbage. Got it. Got it. Okay, but we do have a 26 to 34, which is slightly lower damage. One of the wielders kills an enemy with this weapon, veil degradation. I already read this. Hello. If the wielder's psi rating is 9 or higher, the sword has its damage, dodge reduction, and armor pen increased by a percentage equal to veil degradation. Got it. Okay, I understand. The sword deals an additional +4 damage. Getting up to 9 psi rating is a thing, though. All right, so what do we have on here? +1 deflection, 60% parry, their incoming energy, blah, 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 blah. Kind of garbage. +2 deflection and 24% parry. Wait. That's just like objectively better in every way, pretty much. Maragon shield incoming damage reduced by 20%. Damage dealt to Xenos and demons increased by 10. Why can't this be heretical follower? A lot of neat fort swords in the game. I cannot justify using anyone other than Veil Render, but primarily relying on a melee psyker. Who cares if Veil is always maxed out? That's kind of where I'm at, honestly. All right. I'm not gonna lie. I was also like, I'm gonna kill a little bit of time because I don't really want to start anything super crazy right now. Locate the lost roots from Zarkov. Oh, wait. We're not leaving Zarkov yet? I thought we were done with this place. What? It's a whole ass new... Okay, wait. I didn't actually think that it was going to do this. Okay, what are we doing here? The janitors of the explorer fleet request permission to study the Dark Xenoflora. By granting the janitors resources and lands to erect chapels of the xenobiologists, the road trader shall master the secrets revealed beneath her vaults. Gargantuan roots have disfigured the face of Zarkov, tearing the planet apart from within. With the road traders manufacture of titanic races of blessed adamant shall be cast. They shall bite into the planet's severed flesh and reseal it, restoring its primordial form. The toll for a unified Zarkov shall be paid in years of destructive earthquakes. Security and efficiency, profit factor, efficiency, and complacency. I do want to get complacency up, like, immediately. Adamantine mechanisms and Promethium. Adamantine we have 31. Mechanisms we have 33. Promethium we have 32. Yeah. Okay, I think we're just going to do this one. And then I think we literally just focus anything that gives us complacency. Like, the best complacency is... better. Intelligence bonus over 3 deflection. Interesting. This character's maximum wounds are increased by toughness bonus. Well, hello, Shelby Cat. You gonna come up and say hi to everybody? Hi. Oh, we're already at 5. We are already at 5. Let's go. I like how it doesn't actually show that we are starting that. Look at baby girl. Well, let's find out what's going on here. You command the search for the Xeno ruins located at the coordinates of the Vox scribe found near the sarcophagus. Yet the augurs fail to penetrate the tangle of colossal roots. If the coordinates are indeed correct, it can only be confirmed by sending scouts. The scouts report a lengthy search for a safe passage to the given coordinates. The predatory xenoflora greets these uninvited guests with poison and thorns. The Vox scribe spoke true. Deep beneath, nestled at the base of the roots, lie bizarre xeno structures. We have a Shelby. I'm a very happy guy. We have a very happy Shelby. Alas, gaining entry has proved impossible. The entrance to the Xeno ruins is entangled in roots so dense that even a melta charge has failed to breach them. You command the governor of Zarkov to clear the thickets blocking the path to the site where your legendary ancestor perished. All you can do now is wait. I like how efficiency and security are already maxed out. Like, efficiency will... I think efficiency literally will be... Yeah, efficiency will be maxed out as soon as I finish this. That's fucking wild. Hi. We're just getting some good old cuddle time. Getting some good old kitty cuddle time. For the next segment of Zarkov stuff, you may need to do planetary upgrades before it gives you the "we finally cleared the way." That's kind of what I'm figuring. We might actually be done here for the day. Yeah, it's like not even on the map anymore. Oh yeah, I meant to repair my hull because... You know what? I was about to say... We don't have any of this. What is my engine at right now? What is this? 15 speed along with low acceleration and braking. Ah, okay. Okay, so I am going to call it there for today. I don't really want to get into anything else that's new. Wait, what is... Why do I have to go back to Kiava Gamma again? Holy shit. Alright. Anyway. So, we're going to be stopping here for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Doing more of this. More Rogue Tradery stiffs. We'll be hopping around. We might just do a couple of hop arounds and then come right back so that we can... I'm curious how quickly we can get the different projects done, right? But we will deal with that tomorrow. No stream Sunday, Monday as usual. On Tuesday. So, Tuesday's a bit iffy. I'm going to be entirely honest. Tuesday is a little bit iffy as to whether or not it'll be too hot for me to stream. I basically have a soft cap of like 90 degrees outside. Makes it so that it's a bit too hot. Oh, 1 second, kitten. You're stuck. You're currently stuck. There we go. Okay. Let me just check the weather real quick again to see if they've... Because I know it's supposed to get hot as hell again on Sunday, which I'm not looking forward to. So tomorrow it's supposed to be a high of 90, but by the time we get to stream time, that should not be the case anymore. Sunday, Monday, 94 and 99 for the high, and then Tuesday it's 92. And then the rest of the week, it's below 90. It's not nearly as cool as it is today, unfortunately. The highs are like 89, 88, 88, 89, 88. But, yeah. So Tuesday, I'm kind of playing by ear. But I'm hoping to get back to Final Fantasy IX. A, because I'm having a lot of fun with that game, and B, because we get to see my single favorite cutscene in all of Final Fantasy IX. whenever we play it next. So whether it be Tuesday or Wednesday, we will be seeing my single favorite cutscene in the entire game. And a boss that I've never beaten. Because I didn't even know that it existed until relatively recently, actually. I did not know that this boss existed. So we'll be doing a new boss and seeing my favorite cutscene for the next stream of Final Fantasy IX, as well as all of the goofy voices that I have given everybody. Which is another thing that I'm starting to really, really enjoy. I really like doing the voices. Yeah. So that's Tuesday and Wednesday. No stream on Thursday as always, and then Friday, Saturday, more Rogue Trader. Yeah. So that's the plan for the next week. If you are on the YouTube side of things and you have not done so already, want to hit that subscribe button. It'd be very much appreciated. If you're on Kick or Rumble, hit that follow button. All of these things help out the channel quite a bit. If you're on Rumble or YouTube, hit that like button. Those also help out the channel. And I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but every single one of those buttons entirely free. Entirely free. And if you want to go even further than that, you want to help me out financially, I do have links to both my Patreon and my Throne in the Rumble and YouTube descriptions. And on Rumble and Kick, I do also have paid subscriptions available as well. But regardless of whether you hit any of those buttons, free or paid, just your presence here is very much appreciated. I appreciate y'all. As always, I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. I hope y'all have a good evening, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.